In BTech, cryptography is one of the boring subject, but in real life it is much far interesting. While implementation you will enjoy it. Today I will introduce you with JWE and JWS. Both of them are the open standards defined by Internet Engineering Task Force. JWE stands for JSON Web Encryption, while JWS stands for JSON Web Signing. Encryption is in general meant for providing the confidentiality, whereas signing is meant for providing the integrity and authenticity. Let's take an example. I want to send a message to my friend and I want to make sure that the confidentiality is not broken and also my message is not modified, or whenever my friend receives the message, he makes sure that he is receiving the correct message. It's not modified by anyone. It's not leaked. It's not read by anyone else. Okay. Now JWE provides and used for encryption as well and decryption as well, whereas JWS for creating digital signature and verifying them. JWE and JWS, both of them have the two kind of representation. So one is the compact serialization and second is JSON serialization. In compact serialization, there are different components which are joined by a dot, whereas in JSON serialization, the different components are represented in a JSON object having a field and a value. Now let's see the example of JWS compact serialization, where you can see there are three components. One is the encoded version of JWS header, second is encoded version of JWS payload, and third is the encoded version of JWS signature. All of them are the encoded, and whenever I mention encoded, that means they are base 64 URL encoded. Base 64 URL encoded is a type of encoding that is a URL safe. Now we see a payload. So this payload is a JSON payload, and when it is encoded, it looks like something what I have shown, EYJPC ending with a LFQ. So this is encoded version of payload. Whereas how does signature look like? You can see an example, and all of them are together joined, and a JWS payload is created. Now you can see the definition. The first states base 64 URL of UTF-8 representation of JWS protected header, and further joined by a dot with the JWS payload encoded version and JWS signature encoded version. One more thing to make sure that in JWS compact serialization there is no other unprotected headers, only the protected headers are there, and JWS header and JWS protected header are the same. So now we have seen in JWS there are three components: JWS signature, JWS payload, and JWS header. Whereas in JWE there are five components. One is JWS header, one is JWE encrypted key, then ciphertext, authentication tag, and JWE initialization vector. In JWE compact serialization, this encrypted content is defined as a compact. That means it is not URL safe, and it is particularly designed as a compact version. It will not have unprotected header, and it will not have other types of headers. Only the protected headers are there, and these are the called JWS headers as well. So it has the five components, and while representing as a JWE, all of them are encoded, and they are encoded in base 64 URL. Next is an example where we see a JWE protected header, and how does it look like after encoding it. Now you can see an example where there are different kind of protected headers, encrypted key, and payload. All of them are encoded, and now you can see all of them are joined with a dot. I can also show you an example of JWE JSON serialization where we have some fields protected, unprotected, and there are some values. So basically, in the JWS compact serialization, we have three components and all of them are joined by dot. What are these three components? One is the JWS encoded version of JWS protected header, and the next is the encoded version of JWS payload, and then encoded version of JWS signature. Whereas in JWE compact serialization, we have encoded version of protected headers, and then we have encoded version of encrypted key, then initialization vector or IV, and then ciphertext and authentication tag. I hope now you have the understanding of how does the JWE look like, how does JWS look like. So thank you.